Everybody, James from the Riverview campus of Alice and Dawn Voice and Music. And today what I want to be talking about is our concept of breath support. Okay? We are trying to breathe when we sing what we call thoracically. This is your thorax. Okay? We don't want to be breathing clavicularly. We're not breathing like a marathon runner. We want to breathe low. Okay? And depending on your own physiology, your own body control, you may feel or sense this a number of different ways. Okay? Some people primarily sense it as an expansion sideways, as you see me doing, of the ribs. My ribs are going up and to the side. I'm using my intercostal muscles to lift and separate my ribs. Okay? Some people feel it primarily in the back. Okay? A lot of this has to do with how good you are with your own proprioceptivity, which means your ability to actually physically sense what's going on in your body. Okay? Sometimes our own ability to sense physically what's happening isn't very good. It's one of the reasons sometimes teachers want to do things like put our hands there on our ribs or put them here, because when you have some external contact, you might feel or notice something that you wouldn't have felt simply on your own internally. Okay? We want to see, I believe, if we can get the back and the sides to expand. Okay? There are more ligaments that attach tendons, that attach the diaphragm muscle to the spine and to the back of the ribs than there are up here to the front. Okay? And this means we're able to activate and use those and have them pull on the rib cage more if we are expanding the back. And if you think about just the shape of your body and your lungs go down further in the back, right? Like my lungs end about here in the front and they go down to about here in the back. Okay? I'm trying to feel expansion in the back and in the sides. I do feel and see more in the sides than in the back, but I am aware of it everywhere. Okay? And I do that before I take the inhalation. Now, when I simply let go of my stomach, the breath goes in. And now, I'm able to draw the belly up and in order to support the high, wide, expanded rib cage. You are not pulling in your tummy in order to force the air up and out. You are not like rolling the toothpaste tube to squeeze it evenly from the bottom. Physiologically, that is not what we're doing. There's nothing I can do down here that makes the air move. Otherwise, that would have made me breathe out. My larynx was open, my mouth was open. No air moved. Okay? What it does is, if it's combined with having already expanded and raised the rib cage, is this in and upward movement of the abdominal muscles, of the transverse abdominis in particular, force the ribs to stay high and wide. By forcing the ribs to stay high and wide, the diaphragm stays under tension, and now it rises slowly, which slows the amount of air that you are sending to your larynx. You are sending less air, but it's moving faster and under pressure. Rather than having a lot of air that moves slowly, you are able to breathe out over a longer period of time, even if you don't create any resistance. Instead of so you're actually slowing down the air to make sure that the support is steadier, that more air stays under the larynx, creating the appropriate amount of subglottal pressure, as opposed to shoving it through because we've relaxed. That's where all the work does, okay, when you're working down here. So we get expand the ribs first, breathe low, tuck up and in. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Okay? There's no magic to it. I feel work being done in my back, about 2/3 of the way down my thoracic spine. Okay, I feel these muscles here, but what's going to get tired on me first, I guarantee you, is back there. That's going to be tired. I teach 14 hours a day. I teach at a high school during the day. I teach band, and I'm constantly talking loud enough for a high school band to hear me over the top of themselves. And then I teach until 9 o'clock in the evening after that, doing voice lessons. My voice, I use it all day long, 13 hours, 14 hours a day. Okay? And I don't lose my voice unless I'm horribly ill. Other than that, I don't lose my voice. But my back gets tired. That's where I can tell, okay, I've been doing too much. Never here. So, you expand the ribs, you drop the air into the belly. And then you get what you want. Big, open, bright, dark, freely